guys, it's Lauren Jackson from Kids Ministry Circle. Kids Ministry Circle is a community for kids ministry leaders to be encouraged and equipped to love and serve the local church. Today I am decked out in my Christmas gear because we're talking Christmas resources. I know it's not actually Christmas yet, it's still September, but this is the perfect time to start planning for Christmas. I am a huge advocate of planning ahead so that you can actually enjoy the Christmas season with your family and friends. There was a season where my husband and I were both in vocational ministry, and Christmas sneaks up on you. If you are busy doing Sunday to Sunday, and then you tag on Christmas events on top of that, and missional activities in the Advent season and all those things. So Christmas can easily sneak up on you, and you want to make sure that you are prepared so that you can really spend that quality and precious time with your family and friends over the Christmas season. So for this video, I've rounded up some of my favorite kids ministry Christmas events, family resources, books to stock your classrooms, and other kids ministry Christmas things, and even a Christmas musical if you're looking for a Christmas musical. And this is not an exhaustive list. There is so much more that I could have talked about. There is so much more that I could share, but these are just some things that maybe I have used or that I love or that I have followed for a while that I think are worth sharing. Now, if you watch this video and you're like, oh, but you missed X, Y, and Z, that's okay. Add it in the comments and maybe we'll add it to next year's video. And once you add it in the comments, everyone can see it. So don't forget, check the comments at the bottom and see what other resources people are listing, and we can learn a thing or two from each other. As a reminder, none of these are sponsored, so I am not getting paid to talk about any of these resources. I have not received any of these things for free. I am just an advocate who loves to provide great things and do some of the research for you so that you don't have to, because I know that kids ministry life is busy, and so I love being able to share resources with you and provide you some initial feedback that will cause you to go and look deeper and maybe learn about a resource that you've never heard about before. So here is the list. There's a lot to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit fast. But all the things will be listed in the show notes, and you'll be able to find links and all the things that will get you to the right space to look more or purchase. As I list out these resources, I am going to be sharing some fun facts about who created it, some of my favorite aspects about the resource, where you can find it, and the price. Now you'll see that some of these resources will take more time and will take less time. It's important to calculate in how much time you are willing to commit to this resource before you actually click the buy button. Make sure you assess with your team and with your staff and with your volunteers and get the green light from everybody before you say yes to planning another event and putting another event on your calendar. The first one is called the Gingerbread Bash. You guys, this resource came out for the first time last year, and it was created by the people at Go Curriculum, and I cannot tell you how many people loved this event. I'm not kidding. It was all over the kids ministry Facebook groups, and people were talking about it like crazy. They loved it for their churches, and I'm so glad that the people at Go brought this resource back for this year. One of my favorite things about this resource is that it can be used in a large church or group environment, or it can be used as an at-home activity for families. The people at Go has done a really great job about trying to hold both of those. Churches that are meeting in person and doing big events, but also those families that want to do something at home, just them and their family, or maybe their extended family, or maybe they're traveling for Christmas and they want to take this event with them to do with cousins and aunts and uncles. So they've thought of both of those things, and this resource actually does work in both environments. Another way you could potentially use this resource is with small groups or home groups or discipleship groups or whatever you call them. And maybe the group wants to do it all together. How fun would that be to have a small group of multi-generational people doing this event all together? Or you can do it as a community, maybe a neighborhood. Maybe you invite some of your neighbors over to your house and work together to build a gingerbread nativity and tell the Christmas story. Maybe those neighbors have never heard it before. What a cool way to use this resource. I mean, I'm telling you, the opportunities are endless. Let's jump into the details. So throughout this program, you will see there are games, an opportunity to build that gingerbread nativity that I just talked about. There are songs, and there's a time to share the Christmas story. Another one of my favorite aspects about this curriculum is after hearing the Christmas story, kids and families actually get an opportunity in the event to turn and share to their neighbor while using their new gingerbread nativity as a prop. So they're using what they just built to turn to a friend or family member or neighbor or whoever's sitting next to them to retell the Christmas story. You learn things and you retain things so much more when you can actually turn and tell. And this is just so unique and so smart for the writers to think of this and actually put it in practice in their Christmas resource. How cool is it that kids can walk out of the building or go to their school the next day or whatever they're doing and know the Christmas story and be able to tell it to those around them? What a cool part of this resource. All right, so here's the price. For a single family use, it's $15. So if me and my husband and my 2 kids wanted to do this in my house, I could buy it for $15. If my church wanted to buy this curriculum and wanted to put on a big event, they would pay $95 and they would get access for many families to do this all together. Now, here's one thing to note. If you are a multi-site church with multiple campuses and you all wanted to run this event, the people at Go over on their website has said that each campus needs to have their own license. So each campus needs to pay $95 to put on this event at their campus. Also, another important note is the purchase of this curriculum does not include the supplies to make the gingerbread nativity. That's on you. But it does provide all the videos, all the scripts, all the music, all the slides, all the preparation materials, really everything you need to put on this event. The team at Go and for Gingerbread Bash have really provided all you need for this event and to be able to spend as much time as you want on it, or really this could be a plug and play activity that you put on the first Saturday of December, and it's really simple. You just need to get the supplies, maybe make a really fun environment, and you can play videos and you can play the song and families and friends can do it together. It is definitely a win. So the next resource is Jingle Jam. Now, Jingle Jam is definitely a long time, well-loved Christmas resource for churches. Jingle Jam was created by the people at Orange Curriculum. The name of Jingle Jam this year is called The Big Give. And thousands of churches all over are creating incredible family experiences with the use of Jingle Jam, and the team at Orange has done an incredible job building a family-centered event around celebrating the Christmas story. Similar to the Gingerbread Bash, this event is full of games, songs, stories, and an opportunity to tell the Christmas story. What I love about Jingle Jam is that they have really thought intentionally about the entire family. Sometimes when you show up to a kids ministry Christmas event, it is with the kids in mind, and that's okay. But what I love about Orange is that they really wanted this to be enjoyed by both kids and parents and teenagers and grandparents and really everyone who is there. They did not miss anyone. The good news is Jingle Jam is completely free. With the free Jingle Jam option, you get planning files, production files, slide files, and promotional files. But it's important to remember, you do not get any digital teaching videos. You are given the script and all the things you need to hand off to a team of volunteers to lead and teach Jingle Jam, but you do not get any teaching videos. The somewhat good news, they have created a media package that you can buy in addition to the free Jingle Jam resource. Now, if you are an Orange Curriculum user, this is not really a surprise to you because they have media packages that can add on to the Sunday morning curriculum. Inside that media package, you will have videos, songs, and graphics, and really all the things that you need to create an event that is digitally focused. So they have teaching videos and songs with hand motions and graphics and an additional promotional video that you can show your families. And so either way, you're gonna win. You're gonna have a great event. You're gonna have a great curriculum to use. That media package definitely adds a level of ease to the planning process. To corral a team of volunteers in the Christmas season to lead and teach an event can be kind of tricky. But with that media package, you have the teaching files that you can fall back on if for some reason your volunteers can't serve that particular day. You definitely cannot go wrong with Jingle Jam. Jingle Jam launches on September 1st, and you can find it over on the Jingle Jam website. All right, the next resource is created by the team at Doorpost Songs with 1230 Kids. If you are not familiar with Doorpost Songs, they create some of the best kids worship music, and they've teamed up with 1230 Kids who create some incredible kids worship media. What a pair, you guys. So they have created a 5-week kids curriculum that can be used during the Advent season, and I think you could use this in your Sunday morning programming, or if you run a midweek event, it could be used during your midweek programming. Included in this curriculum is activities, leader guides, Bible story videos, theme songs done by Doorpost Songs with hand motions, hallelujah, and so much more. Our family is a big fan of Doorpost Songs, and I love that they are creating resources for churches and kids ministry leaders to use during the Christmas season. The cost for this 5-week curriculum, called Unto Us, is $129. Now, in my mind, that's a steal. That's a really great price for this curriculum that has really everything you need to create a great experience for your kids throughout the Advent season. You can view sample lessons and purchase the curriculum over on their website, linked in the show notes. The last event resource I'm going to talk about is in the musical category. Now, I do not put on kids ministry Christmas musicals. I've never done one before, so I don't know a lot of the details, but this one seems to be getting a lot of buzz over on the kids ministry Facebook groups, and it's by CM Worship, and it's called Good News, a Christmas musical. So a little bit about this musical is that it's about 40 minutes long. It's got 11 speaking roles and 6 non-speaking roles, with the option to add more non-speaking roles if you decide to do a choir. So the cost for this musical is $475. Now again, I have never done a kids ministry musical. I don't know how much they cost on the broad spectrum, but this price includes everything. I'm talking sheet music, I'm talking tracks, I'm like everything you would need to put on a musical, director notes, scripts, unlimited amount of scripts. Really, this is everything you need. And it's got curriculum attached and hand motion videos, which I think was a fun little thing to add to a Christmas musical, is a curriculum that you could use to go alongside it. Maybe to use as a devotional during your trainings or during your practices, and all that fun stuff. So if you are on the hunt for a musical, make sure you take a look at CM Worship and look at their Good News musical. Some other honorable mentions are kids ministry curriculums that also have Christmas events or Christmas curriculum included. So if you are a Kids Grow curriculum user, they have an incredible Christmas event that they provide to their curriculum subscribers that you can do in your church or you can hand out to your families. So I would highly encourage you to check out that. And then if you are a Lifeway Kids Ministry curriculum user, they tend to have a Christmas curriculum add-on, so you can check that out over on your curriculum's website. Now we are moving on to family resources. So these are resources that you can recommend to your families, that you can buy in bulk to give out to your families, or you can recommend to small groups and other things that are happening in and around your church. So we are going to do this quick fire style, and all of the links will be in the show notes. And just a reminder, none of this is sponsored content, so I'm not getting paid to talk about any of this. This is just things that I love and that I have found that maybe my family has used, or maybe other families have used in the past. So let's get started. The first thing is, and I'm going to show you because I have some things at my house. This is a fun, I could not have this video without showing you these. So these are a nativity set that are at Hobby Lobby. And now most of the time I find them and they're 40% off or maybe 50% off, but it's like a whole set, obviously more than just these 3 characters, but they're so cute and they have little sand at the bottom, and so they stand up straight, and my kids love them. They're so fun. It's such an easy way to talk about Jesus and talk about the Christmas story, and they don't break, which I love, because sometimes beautiful nativity scenes can break, and when you have toddlers running around, you just don't want the breakable things out. So Hobby Lobby, you can find them there. All right, the next thing is called Advent blocks. So our church and our family used these for the first time last year, and I'm a big fan. I love these a lot. Inside the set, you get a book that looks like this. That's a devotional book, which our family needs a new one because this one's got all munched. And then you set out these fun blocks. Let me pull out a number for you. And so they each have a number on them. And so you line them all up, and then each day you read a devotional out of the book, and then your kids get to turn the block to show something. So this one is obviously 24. So it's the end of the Advent season, and it has Jesus. I don't know if it will focus, but it has Jesus in a manger on it. And so this is just a really fun way to talk about Advent season. It's something that kids look forward to each night or each morning. And it's fun because we get to talk about it. When I teach large group on Sunday mornings at our church, we talk about it. We talk about what number we're on, what we're talking about. So it's fun. And then I'm pretty sure these have sold out the past couple years. So I would jump on it, and I'm pretty sure they're giving a church discount if you buy in bulk. So look into that. Advent blocks, link will be in the show notes. So the next resource is from our friends at Family Time Training. And I talked a lot about their Easter resources last Easter, and they have these things called Fam Time boxes, which they get delivered to your house, and it's full of all these activity supplies. What I love about Family Time Training is that their activities are extremely hands-on, and everyone in the family is involved. And so this provides a great way to have conversation. If you have little ones that just need to keep their hands moving or do something while they talk, this is perfect. And so they have 3 Fam Time boxes coming out for this Christmas. Awaiting the Arrival, Come and See, an Advent Journey. And all of them come with the boxes, like I said, with all the activity supplies to really create sweet memories as a family during this Advent season as you dig into God's Word. So I would highly encourage you to look into those. They also have options for churches to buy in bulk if you're looking to provide for your families. The next resource is the Jesus Storybook Bible, and I don't know why mine is somewhere. I think we have 2 copies in this house. And did you know that if you read the Jesus Storybook Bible, they have an Advent reading guide? It's incredible. This is a really great resource to give your families because a lot of families already have this book in their home. And so they're using something that they already have, and it's not an additional purchase, especially during the Christmas season. A lot of families have a tighter budget, and so giving them an opportunity to do something new for Christmas that is fun and exciting for the Advent season with something they already have at home, that's a big win. So you can check out that. It's over on the Jesus Storybook Bible website, which will be linked in the show notes again. And it's a fun resource to do, especially for those littles who already use the Jesus Storybook Bible at home. Another place to look for good Christmas resources is called wearekidmin.com. They have a ton of Christmas resources like an Advent calendar, a community outreach event, an Advent digital download, a devotional, and even a donkey finger puppet that goes along with a storybook. They have so many incredible resources that I could not cover each one, but wearekidmin.com does a great job at talking about each resource. And they even have a Christmas catalog, which will be linked below, where you can look at these and learn more about them and purchase them from their website. Here we go. The very last thing we're going to talk about is books to stock in your classroom, or books to have on like a kid's library in your church, or a parent resource wall, or really just resources for parents in general if they're looking to build up their Christmas kids bookshelf. So in our family, we have a ton of Christmas books that I bring out every year, and it's always so fun because it's like Christmas morning every day when the kids get to read a new book. So I'm going to show you some of our favorite Christmas books. All right, here is the Christmas book by Sally Lloyd Jones. It is a board book style, so it's perfect for little fingers who tend to rip pages. This one is The Promise of Christmas by the people at the Daily Grace Company. Love this one. It's super great. Link in the show notes. This one has been a longtime favorite, The Christmas Story by the people at She Reads Truth. Another great resource. It's beautiful, and it's super fun to read in tangent with the She Reads Truth and He Reads Truth studies. So you can check out those. And then the last book I have is called The Donkey Who Carries the King. This is a really fun story about it's kind of telling the Christmas story through the eyes of the donkey, but it starts up at Easter and how those stories are all connected, right? The life of Jesus, it's all in one big story, not just the Christmas story. And so this is a really fun one. As my kids have gotten older, we've loved this story more and more, just because it's a little bit long. And so it's a good one for the older kids. All right, that is all I've got for Christmas. There is so much more I could share. There's so much more I could talk about. There are so many more incredible resources, but those are the ones that I could fit into this video. So don't forget, head over to the show notes. Everything is linked there, and you can check some out. And I hope that this is helpful. I hope that these resources can serve you and serve your families. And I cannot wait to see all of your incredible Christmas events. If you'd like to learn more about Kids Ministry Circle, you can head over to kidsministrycircle.com, where you can learn about our seasonal cohorts, our coaching opportunities, and find more resources for your ministry. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that these videos come straight to you as soon as they launch. Thanks, you guys. I hope you have an incredible Christmas season, and we'll see you next time.